Hello everybody and welcome back, and today instead of focusing on a wide array of subjects, we are mainly going to be focusing on haunted media creepypastas, which generally consist of haunted games and lost episodes. So let's begin! And just a quick little content warning, I am a little bit sick, so my voice is going to sound a little shit throughout this. Sorry about that. NES Godzilla is about a guy named Zach who gets a cartridge of NES Godzilla from his friend. But he notices that the game might be a ROM hack as it features monsters that didn't get released till after the game was finished, and completely new monsters like the main antagonist, Red. This story is also extremely long, so I won't be able to detail all of it here, as most videos about this creepypasta go on for about 3 hours. The story itself, though, is extremely well written, so I truly would recommend you to listen to it in full, even if the ending is somewhat bland. I think the monster designs of this creepypasta are extremely well done, and the storytelling qualities are extremely high. The scares are extremely well done, and even getting a jump scare off in written form. And you cannot talk about this story without talking about the screenshots that come along with it. The story came with extremely detailed screenshots made with pixel art that show what's going on in the story, and add an extra layer to it that most other stories do not have. And I think that's what truly elevates this story compared to the other haunted gaming creepypastas that are out there. Overall, an excellent read. Candle Cove is a story surrounding a chat forum where they all discussed a children's television show called Candle Cove, which revolved around a pirate puppet crew who fight the main antagonist, the Skin Taker, which, story aside, is an absolutely terrifying name for a kid show villain. However, they all remember there being a final episode where a bunch of shots of the main characters screaming at the top of their lungs in pure agonizing terror, before the episode suddenly cuts to black. This intrigues the chat forum to no end as they all reminisce about this shared traumatic experience. However, the story ends when one of the adults asks their parents about Candle Cove, and they're kind of shocked to find out this fact about the show, that when they were a kid, they would turn the television on to pure static, and call the parents over to watch Candle Cove with them, in excitement. Mario is a creepypasta that's actually a true story about a ROM hack on SMW Central, one of the first ROM hacking communities in the world. In the story, he details a creepy ROM hack that he found titled Mario. In the game, he notices the empty world and that all the text boxes seem to detail him as a villain. And as he plays the game, other slightly creepy text boxes appear. And the penultimate text box appears upon defeating the first castle. After defeating the castle, it details the murder of someone in a gruesome detail, detailing victim 1 who got its eyes ripped out. Upon closer inspections, he finds a jumbled notepad document, and when he's sent into the forum, they realize the text is actually a JPEG, and upon opening the JPEG, they find this. I Hate You is a story about a ROM that a person finds online that contains a secret level for Super Mario World. In this secret world, they find blind boos, screaming bullet bills, blood-covered thwomps, dead Marios, and finally blood written on the walls that say messages like, "Why won't you die?" Finally, when they get to the end of the level, they find out the person behind all of this is in fact Luigi, which the person must have a boss fight with, where he pushes Luigi into lava, ending the game with this terrifying piece of pixel art. Now you might be saying, hey, But this story is stupid as hell. Well, yes, it kind of is, as this is what is called a troll pasta, a story that was purposely written to be bad and make fun of all the cliches that are in the creepypasta community. So I included this one to lighten the mood for a little bit, so let's go on with the next one. This image was taken from a split-second frame in a corrupted bootleg of the SpongeBob SquarePants episode, Dumped. Other than the image, the rest of the video is composed of incomprehensible jumbles of colors, statics, or just black screens. The audio seems to be heavily distorted, with loud, droning buzzes occasionally interrupting it. The bootleg tape itself was found in December 2004 by a group of 5 teenagers in the city rummaging around the trash can of an abandoned mental institute. Of these 5 individuals, 2 have committed not living, 1 has gone missing, and 1 other refuses to comment on the tape, but the last hastily agreed to give the paranoid investigators the tape shortly after being interviewed about the disappearance of the other 3 people. The current whereabouts of the tape are unknown, and many who stare at this image for a long period of time claim that the image will blink. Now wait, put your pitchforks down. While the story itself might be awful, what I am talking about is not the story. I am talking about the fan game that came along with it, as that shows a much higher level of effort than the story does in its single runtime. While the story itself is extremely laughable and has a delusional writer, the game itself is really well made and has a lot of genuinely good scares in it. The game tells the story about the same. It's a story of a haunted game haunted by a demonic version of Sonic. Overall, I think the game itself, though, paces itself quite well and makes it so you're on your edge of your seat most of the time as you play through it. Also, the game has some quite good jump scares that go along with it, and overall has some pretty good pixel art. So, overall, I would recommend the game. Don't read the story because the story itself is quite bad, but the game itself is worth playing. And for the final 2 stories, we're going to be looking at 2 Pokemon creepypastas, those both being Lavender Town Syndrome and the Hypno's Lullaby. Lavender Town Syndrome tells the story of the original Japanese version of Pokemon Green, which apparently had a different song for the city of Lavender Town. The original frequencies apparently caused kids to go insane, and causing many of them to commit not living. Therefore, when the game was released in the States, they had to change the music to what it is now. And the other story is Hypno's Lullaby, which is quite a simple one. It tells the story of Hypno, a Pokemon that lures kids into his lair where he does unknown things to them. This is based off an actual Pokédex entry for Hypno in Pokemon Fire Red, which reads, "It carries a pendulum-like device. There once was an incident in which it took a child away it hypnotized." And that would be all for today, and if you guys have any video ideas, please let me know down in the comments below. And also, I have a analog horror video coming up, and then another video essay coming up. So please let me know what you guys think of it. I've been enjoying making these so far. So please drop a comment, let me know what else you want me to do, and have a wonderful day. Also, sorry, another little quick note, I will be including the links to every single story I covered in this video, and so you guys can read it on your own. I would highly recommend you do. Most of these stories are pretty long though, just a warning, so have a good day.